Hello, everyone. It's been a bit. I apologize for that. Just life has gotten in the way as it does. And for some reason, there it is. So I'm gonna do the every other day thing with Hiveswap. I started this recording, then I was like, wait a minute, I missed two of them. So I'm gonna try and get them all out in the every other day thing. So this one will come out Sunday. Then we'll have the one on. We'll have the second episode of Nuzlocke hopefully on Monday if I can get it past the YouTube copyright claim system. I did a bounty on Twitch and they copyright claimed the trailer they paid me to show you, which was dumb. But I'm doing a Nuzlocke. If you like Pokemon and you wish it were harder, that's what a Nuzlocke is. So anyway, we're doing Hiveswap today though, and we're doing volume 18. No. 17, and then the epilogue is coming. Don't know how many episodes that is, so we may be just doing a lot of Hiveswap this week. I think I've got enough time to record 2 episodes before Tilda comes home from work. Yes, this is it, fellas. Another night of laughter and camaraderie. Another night of joy and communion with some totally normal teens who would never. Just kidding. It's fucking Alternia. You know one of these miserable chucklefucks is around here somewhere, waiting for this exact moment to inundate you with another disgusting dose of friendship. Aw. He went from, he needed it more than he needed air to this. That's sad, man. Who's going to be the author of your destruction on this accursed evening? I mean, that being said, everyone who he has met has been awful. I'm not streaming this, right? Okay. I accidentally did go live the first time. It's like, whoops. Yeah, no, I'm not streaming it. I should probably do a stream where I do like a fix all the ones I fuck up again thing soon, but we'll see. We'll see when I do that for sure. Anyway, we got these two people. We got Buff Chick and Goth. So Buff or Goth? That's a good question. I feel like I'd relate more to a goth than someone who's buff, because I don't think I've ever been buff. I've been lean. I've been like sturdy, but I have never been much for working out. The I gotta say, like, the art style difference on this chapters is huge in comparison. Like, look at that sheen on that horn. That is clean right there. That's a little detail, but it's good. And she looks good too, don't get me wrong. But like the droplets of sweat, little details here and there. This is not just a straight line. There's no scratchies. Whoever did the art for this episode, fuck yeah, you did a good job. But I'm going to do Daria. I wonder if that's going to be a reference to... Isn't there a show called Daria? Forget. It's from like the 90s or something. And I'm like just old enough to remember early 90s shit. Barely. No music. You drag your feet as you walk, every limb heavy and slow. Your thoughts are cloudy and dull. Your palm husk is filled with unanswered texts. You feel guilty about this. In the back of your mind, where real feelings live crammed together because the front of your mind is too busy being lethargic and numb. I almost said dumb. Being a bad friend goes against the core tenets of your beliefs, but answering texts just seems like too much effort. You're not sure where this particular malaise came from, but your unusual friend-making animus that drives you is still there, but it doesn't feel strong enough to overcome how tired you are of everything else. You can't quite remember how it felt to care that much about companionship and camaraderie. In fact, right now, you can't remember how it felt to care about much of anything. Your thoughts drift into fantasies of driving your car into an uninhabited Alternian desert until you run out of fuel, and perhaps letting the sun have its way with you. Damn, he went from like cheery, happy-go-lucky like guy to like straight up suicidal in this one. What the fuck, man? I mean, like, for a guy who just wants friendship, every single time he's tried to become friends with someone, it's just gone shit. So I don't blame him, you know? It could be part of the feeling that you're almost made all the friends there are to make and that there's little left for you to do on this planet. Could be weeks of trauma catching up and sinking into a depression to protect you from thinking about it all. Weird capitalization there. Either way, it just feels like so much effort to do anything you'd sort of welcome Oblivion if it showed up right now and offered its sweet embrace. Instead, oh, okay. Your listless walking has taken you to a familiar neighborhood. The cerulean part of town. You smile and you reminisce. Sweet memories peeking through like beams of sunlight through the fog of your apathy. Not far from here is Malik's Hive, which, of all its hacking equipment and charm, upper middle class atmosphere of entitlement and complacency mixed with vaguely social aware concern. Although you are only seen pictures of it on Chitter, you know that Rimele's hipster studio Hive is also here in this neighborhood. And one block over at Ardata's place, which gave you your gruesome and troubling introduction to our Alternian social mores. One taught you love, one taught you patience, one taught you pain, or something like that. Art? This is a whole new fucking area? With art? With drawings? We're on like the random ass street that we've been to a billion times, but there's new art? What the hell is this? The hive closest to you is actually Elward's, and you shamble closer and realize that a lot of other trolls seem to be converging here too. Fishing out your palm husk, you see that your unread message from Elward is an invitation to a party at her place. Looking around you, you feel a flame of your old desire to meet and greet rekindling in your heart. There are plenty of trolls here you haven't met yet. Plenty of opportunities for friendship. Now, roaring fire in your belly feels like a little artificial, like someone just injected you with friend-making hormones to flood out your regular human melancholy. But you're not going to complain because this is vastly preferable. As you walk briskly towards Elward's hive, you spot a troll lurking in the background, or in the shadow by Elward's door. Curious, you approach. When you get closer, you can spot a jade green in her outfit. Though there isn't much for blood color in comparison to what the other trolls seem to sport, it's probably because she's wearing mostly black and spikes, black spikes. Ah, it's you. Guess it makes sense you'd be here. You're probably friends with Elward, huh? Whatever. I don't even know you. Yeah, you're friends with Elward, but you didn't just come here for the party. You're just in the neighborhood. You try and mimic Daria's disaffected slouch. It's not hard, as you can just channel from about 60 seconds ago, which was very disaffected indeed. From the approving arch of Daria's eyebrow, you think you're doing a pretty good job. Yeah, parties are pretty lame. Oh, she's blushing a bit. That was a swift turnaround. Most parties are cool. Most parties, anyway. Oh, this one might be cool. Edward's pretty cool. She seems alright. I don't think she's that cool, just that her hair and clothes and personalities don't suck at all. The things that define her personality and the way she looks, don't totally suck, yes. You tactfully don't comment on the green blush to Daria's cheek when she's talking about Elward, nor the way she keeps glancing at the door like she's clearly hoping someone would invite her in. She's clearly trying to sneak into this party and doesn't have an invite. When a branch snaps in the bushes, Daria startles and looks around shiftily. I wonder if she's supposed to be out here on her own, this far from the caverns at all. I'm not a baby like Wanshi. So what if I snuck out? Cloister rules are so lame. Bronia is so lame. Can't believe Elward used to hang out with her, but I guess if she hadn't befriended Bronia, then I never would have met her. Everyone's like super fucking gay for Elward. Like, damn. It's hard to meet non-J-Bloods in the caverns. All the time you're in the underground, there's nothing but Lusine grubs and the same stupid Jades every day. It sucks down there. Daria's imitation grubhorn bracelets clunk as she folds her arm over her chest. Her heavy makeup does make it look like her eyes are twin black holes where the sense of fun and caring about things might go to die. She's giving you marked contrast from how Bronia talked about the caverns with the peace and quiet and safety they offered in comparison to Alternia's surface. I like the music. It's the guitar is a little bit. God, it just makes me want to go play. I told you guys about the guitar I found in the trash, right? It's just like a Fender Squire, but it was fucking free. It's like it's probably like a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Time's been flowing real slow recently. This year does not want to end. Other than the time that literally nearly killed you in the cave and that time you were nearly trampled by rampaging Lusai, you remember liking the caverns. You would think that. I don't know why I thought you might be cool. You might be friends with Elward, but you're also friends with Bronia and Linria. I forget who she is. The two most boring trolls on this planet. Is she the, she's the psycho one, right? Can't help but feel slightly defensive of your friends. Sure, Linria is... But you wouldn't call her boring. She's psycho bitch, right? I'm pretty sure she's psycho bitch. Wouldn't call her boring, and Bronia is very fond of the rules. It's true, but she can hang. Whatever. This conversation's dumb. I don't care if you can't get me into the party. Nothing matters anyway. Just make your stupid choice and get on with it. Party hard. What the hell? It's not like your job to keep anyone in line. It's like, I don't give a shit about the rules, you know? Like, let's just have a good time. If I gotta go to a party, I don't know. If she's not gonna be a bitch about it, we could maybe have a fun time just hanging. She doesn't have a nose, I just realized. That's weird. It's not like you have a great understanding of why the older Jadebloods need even stay in the underground anyway. If Daria wants to sneak into parties and get into trouble, then who's to say no? Alright, Daria's expresses no pleasure at your decision to get into the party. She just shrugs and rolls her eyes. You shrug and roll your eyes back. You can play the role of disaffected teen with the best of them. You take her around to the front door. You're looking forward to seeing Elward again when you meet her. He didn't nearly have as many friends as you do now. In retrospect, you came off a little bit sycophantic. Wouldn't it be great if you could introduce Elward to this new, popular, and knowledgeable you? As you walk up the steps, a huge shadow dwarfs yours. You look up to see Chahat and all trolls grinning above you. Oh, hey, little ones. I remember you. It's the little one who... And who is this little one that you got with you? Chahat switches her interest from you to Daria, grinning down at her. Daria isn't huge for Jade Blood or anything, but she seems absurdly tiny with Chadhut looming down at her like that. Resolution difference here is just bugging me, man. I guess she isn't meant to be this big, but like zoomed in this much. Her face remains impassive and bored. She scoffs one of their big black brutes on the ground. She twists one of her spiky bracelets around her wrist. Cute. I don't see many little jades outside the caverns. I've always found the greenies fascinating, so devoted to the continuation of species. What a holy mission. Chahat moves slowly and lays... Ooh. Like she has all the time in the world and no conceivable reason to rush, and reaches out and pats Daria's shoulder. Then she lets her hand linger, one claw resting on Daria's neck. Ain't it a dangerous proposition to be so far from your green brothers and sisters? Unless you're hiding something in those pretty little veins. A slimy chill runs down your spine. Daria seems frozen on the spot, staring straight ahead in Chahat's bosom in front of her. You think Chahat is joking, but it's hard to tell with clowns. Their humor is just so much more highbrow than everyone else's. Just joking. This looks like a good party, even if Elward's too blasphemous for my taste sometimes. See you both you little ones inside. Then she ambles away, bending down and ducking inside the door to the party. You hear the party sounds, music, and laughter, and clinking drinks. What could be the sound of someone being murdered, which qualifies for a party noise on this planet? The door swings shut again, and you and Daria look at each other. Daria's heavy makeup can make it hard to read her expression, but you can still tell she's rattled. You know what? Looks like this party is filled with lame conformers. All these high bloods that buy into the system will do what they're told, even Elward. We can find something better to do than somewhere else. Wasn't it, it's SLC Punk that the guy's just like, I'm gonna destroy this thing from the inside out. I had a friend who was like that. I was in a band with the dude. He was very convinced that that was gonna work. Rockin' dude. Good dude. Like, when people mean punk, they mean that dude. Great guy. take a bullet for anyone who is good enough to be taken a bullet for. Wonder what that dude's up to. Yeah, the hell with this party. You're down to find your own fun, especially if that means not putting Daria in the way of potentially murder-happy clowns. You saunter away from the party and realize that Daria is looking at you expectantly. Well, you got this reputation for being all non-conventional and weird and rebellious. It's a good reputation to have. Everyone seems to think that you're totally fucking with the conventions of society or whatever. So you got any suggestions for cool shit to do? I mean, I think most of the time when I'm being, like, against the rules of this planet, it's just that I don't know them. And I don't seem to give a shit. So it's working out for me. And I haven't got killed. Has that been an iron the whole time? That's like a clothes iron, isn't it? Like, that's a thing if you're an artist. You could just, like, take some other object and, like, change it up a bit, and then now it's a thing. But, like, look, that's the little point that you use to, like, get the creases. Then you got the little dial for where you turn up and down the thing. The little sprayer is right here. I don't know what that's for. You got the handle right here. That looks like an iron. They could have pulled that shit. You got the pressure to be quirky since the word has spread about your manic pixie dream alien ways. It's not like you're trying to be a vehicle for other characters to project onto, assisting with character growth and insight for those around you, while your impulse decisions and carefree ways somehow keep yourself stagnant and forced unchanged forever. Just seems to sometimes be like that. Anyway, you're tired. It's daunting to have a puck teen expecting you to come up with suggestions for cool shit. Even if you have the feeling that she's just going to shoot down whatever you suggest. You rack your brain for trying to think of anywhere from your adventures that Daria might like. Your think pan, tiny burp because that was upsetting, comes up with zilch and squat. She's starting to look bored with you. Confessing that you can't think of anything is probably the best option if you want Daria to be your friend, and exhausted and delusional as you feel with your socialite routine. You like her and want to bond. What do we wander the streets like hoodlums? That's always good for a jam. Here's the thing. The weirdest and best adventures that happened to you when you decided to be spontaneous and just let shit happen. Adventures and coolness are both hard things to plan. So you're suggesting that we just wander. Her derisive tone makes you hesitate. Well, yeah. That's exactly what you're suggesting. Daria gives a long, considering look. You hold your breath, then she shrugs. Okay, whatever, sure. It's not like I got anything better to do. Let's just go. The amount of art in this fucking... Like, someone went all out with the backgrounds. There's new art everywhere. What is this? You meander through the well-maintained cerulean streets heading downtown. This seems like a good opportunity to get to know your new potential friend. So you start asking her some fairly simple questions. How am I? Gee, I don't know. I'm forbidden to leave the stupid caverns as a jade blood. And all I have to look forward to is a life of being forbidden to do things. How do you think I am? Okay. You try and walk that one back a little. It sounds like Daria is unsatisfied with the Jade Blood setup. It's one way to put it. You also say I'm unsatisfied with, like, this whole setup of my species. I've been here for a while now. Don't tell me they haven't noticed that every part of a society is transparent bullshit. You glance around because Daria is right. You've been around for a while, and that means that you know enough to know that if the wrong people overheard this kind of talk, you both get cold on the spot. But everyone here seems distracted by their own nonsense. Consciously, you decide that, yeah, you've noticed a certain amount of bullshit aroma. A lot of it, actually. I think every single episode of this series, I've complained about the bullshit of this hierarchy. And thank you. I know you're a punk. I know you're a teen. And you have that thing where you grow out of it. But here's my suggestion. If you're a teen, go hard into the paint with that shit. You get more like, I don't know, normal the older you get. So if you just go fucking extreme with that shit, if you go fucking far out there, yeah, you might have some cringy moments that you hate. But, like, also, that's being a kid, you know? And the other thing is, like, listen, if you end up being cool still when you get old, that's awesome. Yeah, it stinks. No one has any kind of real future except for the highest of the high bloods. I actually heard that things have pretty much sucked for them, too. Some might say that purple bloods are the most privileged class of them all. She's going to continue to not comment on that one. Instead, point out that being a Jadeblood, Daria has a purpose beyond just grow up and become fodder for an Imperial army, like you've heard other trolls mention. Surely that counts as a real future. Ugh. Don't get me started. Suffice to say, I'm not exactly hype about the purpose that I supposedly have. It's more like a purpose that was arbitrarily assigned to me. It is. It's not like I have a choice. Rebelling in any sort of real way would put me in danger of culling. So life here is pretty much hopeless. Networking, man. Networking is what it's about. You're all alone by yourself against this world until you figure out you've got a couple people who feel the same way as you. That's how you start some shit. Damn, you wish you had a good counter argument. You wish you could give some words of comfort, but what can you even say? Daria's right. Shit's grim. At least you're honest. Thanks for not bullshitting me. You know, Lernia said you were good to talk to about real stuff, and I guess she was right. It's, surprised that Lernia is going around talking about you, saying positive things even. But even more surprised to say that Daria is bringing her up in a non-derisive context. You didn't know that Daria and crazy bitch were so close. Oh, no, gross. I hate her. Not in a romantic way. Or, well, anyway, never mind. Dude, what? Daria looks embarrassed and flustered and also pissed at you. At least you've gotten to the subject away from a hopeless everything is, and now you don't want this friendship to sour. Your subject, you're scanning your useless brain for a tactful subject change, and you're saved by the footsteps of an approaching troll. Oh, hey. Oh, hey, yeah, y'all should be friends. That's a good matchup. As luck would have it, you know this troll. It's Taiza's, which makes sense, because your meandering has taken you to Daria's close, Taya's favorite book hive. Oh, it's you. What are you doing here? Never mind, I don't even ask. Probably making friends with this Jadeblood, searching for the same dame shit. No doubt. Don't let me keep you. Taiza just looks exhausted as you remember. You don't want her to go just yet because it's been a while since you've seen her and you're always eager for an opportunity to catch up with a friend, especially one of the less murderous ones. You notice Daria is eyeing Taiza's mug of unidentified liquid, and an idea occurs to you. You're excited, bouncing low on the balls of your feet as you introduce Taiza and Daria to each other. You explain Taiza with a meaningful look that you hope she'll interpret correctly, that you and Daria were just conversing about the more unpleasant, unjust aspects of Alternian society and just how hopeless everything seems to be. What do you mean, the more unjust aspects? Does Alternian society have aspects that are not unjust? I'm sweeps into studying our legal system and I haven't found any. Daria makes a muffled sound that could be a laugh. You make your meaningful look more meaningful. Doesn't Taiza remember that conversation that she had you about justice and the shitty system? The importance of possibly futile work to try and improve things someday? Pissing? Right, yeah, pissing. Taiza squints at you, then takes a long slurp from her mug. Right. Yeah, I remember. You wave your hands around. Now we're talking. Taiza is one of the few friends that you've made that seems to not only notice that shit's fucked, but wanted to dedicate herself to unfucking the shit as much as she could. Of course, many of your friends try to make the world a little better in various clumsy, interpersonal, distinctly Alternian ways. You think Trixie's striving for music, even when it pits her against the High-Bloods, is baffling, but sweet ways that Kanya and Azdeja and Gluck and Tagora care for each other and Fozzer's commitment to political weight. Why did you think of that guy? He's a total shill for conscience. Anyway, Taiza has a big picture mentality, and as a cause she believes in a simple fact that she hasn't yet completely given up is inspiring. Daria is struggling with feelings of despair, so maybe Taiza could talk to her about the work that she's been doing. What? No, I'm not struggling. It's whatever. I don't even care. Daria kicks the ground sulkily. Taiza looks over at her, her eyes lingering on the jade symbol on her shirt and the spiky black jewelry, then sighs. Sure you don't care? Went through a phase of telling myself that too. Thought that would make it easier, but nah. Taiza pauses for another mug slurp, then you think she might be enjoying the opportunity to monologue a bit. Daria huffs. Well, I think that helps, and I'm not even sure that helps is the right word for it, is finding something to work on your own little corner. try and make it a little shit for... There's nothing I can do in my corner. It's pointless to pretend otherwise. That goes for everyone. Like, the whole system is designed to help high blood stamp out every dissonant in every corner. I don't know. How down are you with killing babies? Because you could just be shit at your job. I'm just saying. You could be really shit at your job and have a couple high blood babies die. What happens then? Eventually, there's not enough high bloods to hold the throne, and then what happens? I'm just saying. Kill babies. Might be a good idea. It's a legitimately good idea I just had there, and it happens to be killing babies. Sort of that kill Hitler when he's a child time travel thing. Works out. I'm pretty sure. It's probably one of those you step on a butterfly thing and then suddenly I have 8 arms in the future and an asshole. Not that I don't have an asshole, but I'm like that I am an asshole in the future with 8 arms. Anyway. One troll can't do anything against something like that. You're right, one troll fucking can't. But that's the point. You got one fucking person who... Size's eyebrow twitches as she stares at Daria, clearly peeved at being interrupted. Oh, this is gonna get better. Well, no shit. What do you take me for? I'm not saying it. All it takes is standing up and fighting for what's right or something stupid like that. It's obviously a surefire way to get cold. And what are you saying? How can I even know whatever piddly little action you're taking will change anything? I can't tell the future, dumbass. No one will give you a guarantee like that kind of action taken will be ultimately effective. You have to decide for yourself that it's not worth it to try anyway. Why would you think it's worth it when everything around you confirms that nothing will ever change? I can't believe you're calling me a dumbass when that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You know what? If you want, just be on the sidelines and be a bitch. Roll over and take it. That's fine. Ain't punk, though. Ain't punk at all. Tiza looks like she's about ready to throw the concertinator for mugs in Daria's face. Knowing trolls, she's probably followed up with the mug herself. The mug itself. This is not the conversation you hope for at all. You step in before things can get any more heated. You tell Tiza that you're sorry that you couldn't flag her down just so her eyes could get shit on. You turn to Daria, who is staring at both of you, defiant look on her face and stubborn set to her jaw. This kid, she's just so dead set on rebelling against anyone who tries to tell her anything with even the faintest whiff of authority. People want martyrs, they don't want heroes. They don't want to be a hero. People want to have the ability to go, well, you see, there's no point to even trying. There's no point in trying to fix shit. Because the people who try, as valiant and good as they are, they always fuck up and die. People don't want to hear that you can change shit. Because then it means they have to actually fucking do something. They have to step outside of themselves for one goddamn second and try and give a shit about someone else or their own situation. Sorry. I got some pet peeves in me. You really thought it might be all that attitude being channeled into something productive would also help her feel better and possibly even give her a sense of purpose. You're not mad, just disappointed. Ugh. Don't give me a look, I'm just stating my opinion. But I guess I could have been less of a bone bulge about it. I'm pleasantly surprised that Daria more or less apologized. Tiza looks mollified, though. Shit just makes me so angry. Angry, sad, and helpless. Like, I don't even know what to do with myself when I really have to think about it. Bingo, unfortunately. I feel the same way. I don't think there's any getting around the helplessness. But what I was trying to say is that working on something might help fix something someday. Makes that feeling a little less powerful. So what you're saying is that it's just about making yourself feel better. Well, when you put it like that, it sounds bad. I believe I'm working on things that might affect change someday, even if I'm not around to see it. But also, yeah, most of the time it helps me sleep at night too. What, you just want to believe that there's no point in living? That there's no point in succeeding? There's a chance something could happen. Doesn't matter how low. 1% chance still happens every now and then. You tell Daria is a bit disappointed by this. Like she doesn't trust that political rebellion can go hand in hand and make rebels feel good about themselves. You point out that whether or not Taiza feels good about her work doesn't make her work any less effective. Yeah, in the end of the universe doesn't care how I feel. I'm just one troll trying to do the right thing. The universe does not give a shit about you or your actions, but people around you do. At least that okay thing is, for my own sake, even it might ultimately be futile. What the fuck else are we gonna do on this bitch of an Alternia? You got me there. I'm bored all the time. There really isn't anything to cool to do down in the caverns. I guess during my downtime in my training I could, I don't know, help you out maybe. Not that I have anything to offer other than Book Hive and the Jade Cloisters. Access to that might actually be worth my research, actually. Give me your number and we can talk. Is it your imagination to decide to look a smidge less tired, and the bags under her eyes less baggy, and her back a little straighter? You even think the corner of Daria's lips might be slightly quirked up. Daria turns her possibly a smile to you from Taiza to you. This is cool, I guess. At least not so bad. I don't know if it counts as something cool. So I guess we can keep hanging out until some more shit happens. You know Daria well enough to know that, to recognize that this is a ringing endorsement, that it is. You're about to happily agree when Taiza pipes up. I'm heading home for studying, but I'm not tired yet. If you wanted a third wheel to drag her along. Three-way friendship combo Bob victory. Yeah, that episode went a little longer than I expected because I got heated talking about shit I give a shit about. So I guess that means I'll have to record the next episode tomorrow before work. I'll try and record a batch of them so that you guys have shit to listen to for the next couple of days. But tomorrow for y'all will be, hopefully, Pokemon Nuzlocke, Episode 2. With that part edited out or not, we will see. It's halfway into the episode, so if I edited out the trailer but not my own laughter at how stupid it was, you know, that's what happens. Otherwise, you'll get to see it, which is neat. We'll see if my network gets back to me in time, but we will see. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. Follow me on Twitter. I'm just going to say it. Tumblr, I think by this point, well, no. Tumblr by this point has 1 day left until the Armageddon Day, right? Is it the 17th or the 15th? It's 15th for me recording this. My concern with this series is that a lot of you guys know me and follow me from Tumblr. And so if you're following me on Tumblr and haven't followed me on all these things, please do so. I also have RevScarecrow Arcade, which isn't on this list just because I don't know where to put it on the graphic there. But especially the Twitter. I guess I'll get rid of the Tumblr link eventually. But anyway, give it a watch, give it a check out, and Twitter, the top one. I always post the videos 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if I'm gonna check Twitter at 1 p.m.-ish, and that way you'll know if there's Hiveswap episodes here in the future. I plan on doing the whole thing, unless the people just absolutely hate me for it, then I'll stop. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm rambling now. I'll see you guys later.